Hi, welcome to ProMom.com. My name is Melissa Sykes, and if this is your first time joining me, welcome. This blog is actually to capture my journey of becoming a career or treating my chosen career as a mother as a total professional. So, what that means is I've been researching and learning how to be better at being a mother, to be more efficient, to make this an elevated position that I can be proud of. And so, today I want to talk to you about making dinner time easier. Three things actually that I found that make dinner time easier because, to be honest, sorry, excuse me, I have had seasons where dinner time is stressful. It's hectic. It becomes 5:30. We eat dinner at 6, and all of a sudden I realize we have nothing to eat. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm like scrounging. We have macaroni and cheese for the third night in a row, and that happens. I understand. But on the seasons when that doesn't happen, things just go smoother. And so I found that these are the things that I have done that make dinner time really easy. And so the first thing, and it may sound obvious, is meal planning. We plan ahead. That eliminates almost all of the stress because thinking in the moment is it's just hectic. You don't have all the ingredients for anything on hand. You realize that, oh, I could make this, but the meat's still frozen, so that's going to take a while to thaw out. So just planning ahead eliminates a lot of stress. And what I used to do is meal plan once a week. So on Sundays, I would meal plan for the whole week, and then I wouldn't have to think during the day. What I found is that I hated meal planning, and I hate grocery shopping. And so I kept putting it off. So then many weeks it just didn't happen because I just despised the process so much. I'm not naturally good in the kitchen, and so coming up with meal plans is just not easy for me, and I'm not creative in that way. So it was a huge challenge to sit down and do this. And I know that I like to have some variety in our meals, and my husband really appreciates if we have variety. And so I found that I stuck to the same 5 recipes, and we all got sick of it. And so then I would go back to not meal planning at all, which was stressful. So I've started for the last 3 or 4 months now. I meal plan for the whole month. I do it at the beginning of the month. And I was really hesitant to start doing a full month of meal planning at a time. Just like, how can I plan a whole month? But the thing is, my weeks aren't that different. And I only have to plan once then. And it takes about the same amount of time for me to plan for an entire month as it did for me to plan for a week. And here's why. At the beginning of the month, I get out a plain calendar, and I can put a template for you to just download on the blog so that you have something. This is just what I use. It's very simple, and then I write out what we're going to have for dinner every night for the whole month, and I don't have to think. And I found that there's certain things that we really like we like having tacos. We might have that 2 or 3 times in a month, so I'll just spread it out we have it towards the beginning of the month and towards the end. Maybe spaghetti is an easy meal, so we don't really usually eat pasta anymore, so I do zucchini pasta. So just, I know the meals that we really like that are staples that we can have twice a month, and then I integrate some new recipes 1 or 2 times a week for the rest of the month. And so honestly, to plan for the whole month takes me maybe 10 minutes more than planning for a week. And then at the beginning of every week, I just look at the meal plan that I had planned and make sure that that all still works. We've recently started having activities 3 nights a week that go up. It ends at 5:30, so by the time we get home, it's 5:45. So 3 nights a week, I'm doing crock pot meals. So I do all my meal prep and everything in the morning, and then when we get home, dinner's already ready. We don't have to do anything. It actually takes less time when we get home to eat our crock pot meal than it would have to go through a drive-thru somewhere, or what it would have taken to preheat the oven and throw in chicken nuggets, or all that convenience food that's not good for us. So meal planning once a month has been a game changer. It has reduced so much stress in my life, and I feel very confident every single day. All I have to do is remember to look at my meal plan and make sure that I have the meat ready, or have everything prepped. So my second tip for you is to do as much meal prep as you can in the morning. So if you have vegetables that you need to chop or meat that needs to be thawed, part of our morning routine is when the kids are eating breakfast, I unload the dishwasher and look at the meal plan to prep anything that I need to. So that eliminates so much stress that I can actually just get dinner ready much quicker. I used to allow for 2 hours for me to cook dinner. I would start at 4 because I knew that I was going to be interrupted. I knew that sometime during that time I'm going to be changing diapers, I'm going to be nursing a child, and it was just going to be very hectic. So I meal prep almost everything in the morning. That way I just have to throw a few things together, pop it in the oven, or throw it on the stove, and it's already pretty much done. Another thing that we do is we have salads pretty much every night. And so this is something that we've just started doing, but it's been so amazing. At the beginning of the week, I will take all of the vegetables, I'll clean and chop them up. So I have carrots that I've already shredded and I have them in a container. I have peppers that I already have chopped into little teeny pieces for our salads. And I have everything already cut. And then at dinner time, I just pull all of our salad toppings out and I lay them out, and we have like a salad bar every night. So it used to take so much time for me to every single day to individually chop up like all the separate vegetables to make individual salads. But it only takes almost just slightly more time to do that one day a week, have everything there, and then my husband and I can pick whatever toppings we want, and he can have more variety in his salads. I'm comfortable with eating the same thing every day, so I would eat the same salad every day if I could. I really do. So, but he can put variations of toppings on his salads so that he can have that variation, and I don't have to think. Just all there, already done. The prep was done at the beginning of the week. My third tip is to utilize your crock pot, and this is something that I have recently started doing. I used to not do it because I just thought that the only thing you could make in your crock pot was stews and roasts, and I don't love those things in the first place, and then I definitely don't love it. It's hot in Florida most of the year. We live in Florida, and so we get fall weather, basically December and January. We might get a week of winter. Last year was long. We got a whole month of winter. It was cold. But generally speaking, I don't want to eat a pot roast hardly ever, and I definitely don't want to eat it when it's 78 degrees outside or 90 degrees outside. But I've recently discovered some really good crock pot recipes that are really fast. It's delicious. Most of them are gluten-free, which I appreciate because we've been eliminating gluten. Not eliminating. I'm not going to say eliminate. We've been dramatically reducing and avoiding gluten and dairy in our diet. So I found some really great crock pot recipes for that. And I'm actually working at adding a recipe section on our blog. It's going to take me a bit because I'm a little bit technology challenged, but that way you guys can have access to these same recipes that are really good, really healthy, and really, really simple. In 10 minutes, in the morning, I can have everything thrown together. Then when we get home from our activities that we have, my son's in martial arts right now, and so when we get home from those activities, dinner is already ready, waiting for us, and it just makes everything very quick. And for me personally, I'm a routine kind of person. My kids, we eat dinner, then they get their baths, and they're ready for bed, and I like to keep everything pretty much around the same time. We're pretty strict on bedtimes at our house. My kids are still little, so if we start deviating from bedtime too much, we get really, really cranky kids. So those three tips have helped me dramatically improve my dinner time stress. Like, it's just, I don't even have to think at dinner time. So I have a meal plan at the beginning of the month. I don't have to think during that day, like, what do we need to make? I look at it once a week just to make sure that we have whatever we need. And then when I go to the grocery store one time a week, I have all of my ingredients. So it's amazing. It makes it so much easier. So I have so much more time because I'm not going to the grocery store every day to pick up a few things that I've forgotten. And then meal prepping everything in the morning, doing all the prep that you possibly can. If you're one of those people who can do it at the beginning of the week, awesome. But I have 3 small kids, so I don't have like 4 hours to do that at the beginning of the week. But taking whatever time that I need, whether it's 10 minutes or a half hour in the morning to get everything ready for dinner, that works great for me. And then the third tip was to utilize your crock pot when you need to. It really can be a lifesaver. I know that some people are big fans of the Instant Pot. I haven't gotten into that yet. I looked into it, but haven't explored there. So if you guys love an Instant Pot, let me know. I would love to hear also any feedback that you have on that. Maybe it's something that I need to explore. Also, if you have great crockpot recipes, I would love them because we are using our crockpot so much more now. So if you have a great crockpot recipe, please share it. And I would be happy to share a lot of those recipes on our blog as well. So if this message has been helpful to you, or if you think that will bless someone, please share it and let someone else take the stress out of their dinner time. Also, I suggest that if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our updates, go ahead and subscribe to our blog at thepromom.com. I know that it's easy to miss things on social media, but that way you won't miss anything, whether it's a YouTube video or if I just post. Sometimes I'll just write. I've been doing both. Sometimes it's just easier for me to write. So subscribe to our blog. That way you don't miss any of our updates, and you can get an email when we've uploaded new material. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye, friend.